In today's Watch Me Work live stream, we're going to do a collab. We're all going to join in and show each other how we use Regular Labs Content Templater. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning in to today's today's Watch Me Work live stream. So welcome everybody, and let's just head right into this as we get going. I get my right screen happening here. Okay. So, still no entries in this month's basic Joomla tutorials giveaway, so I am thinking that maybe something is broken there. So we probably should test that. I'll test it. If you haven't won a prize in the last year, head on over there and enter, and we'll see if we can get these numbers up. If not, obviously something's happened. I'll have to recreate that page. Hey, Andy, how are you doing, man? How are you feeling? Hope you're doing well, recovering for... Andy had a bit of a concussion there. A work-related accident. And there's I hear a bing bong there. Hello! And there is Peter Van Westen. So Peter Van Westen may actually end up drinking tears today when he sees how we use his content templater. All right, so let me just find out. I cannot find my way into the Zoom call here to see who's there. Oh, manage participants. Not a problem. Vinny is there. Let me get my headset too here.
I'm the only one.
Which is just off the screen. Have you said anything yet, Vinny?
Yes, I have.
Oh, well, that's excellent. I hear you. I'm listening. And I am just fresh back from a dental cleaning appointment. So, and it was my teeth getting cleaned. I was not cleaning someone's, so...
I would assume so.
What's that?
I would assume so.
Yes. All right, so here we are in one of my Joomla sites here that I use for templates, and I'm already in the Regular Labs extension. And I have not yet installed Content Templater on this, so I'm going to... Here, once you install the Regular Labs Extension Manager, you can go to Components, Regular Labs Extension Manager, and then just scroll down. We're going to do Content Templater, and this is just a great system for managing all the Regular Labs extensions. So now I'm just going to install that. Let me get this microphone out of the way because I actually do not use it.
This is the episode where Peter tells us that we're using his extensions wrong.
Well, that's what I told him last night. I was I let him know that we were doing this, and if he wanted to drop by, he could, but that he might actually find it quite discouraging to. But who knows? There we go. Got rid of that microphone. A lot of things can be learned watching people use your stuff. I know I've had some clients sometimes where they were having some problems, so I've watched them, or I've remoted to their computer and watched them, and honestly, never imagined anyone would try to do what they were trying to do, and it was good to see. So then I changed around navigating on my sites. So Content Templater is in there. Basically, I'm going to describe Content Templater as, let me just refresh this page so we can get it down here. Right here. So components, Regular Labs Content Templater. Just like any template where you would be setting up things, say a template for your Joomla site so that you don't have to keep adjusting what the heading color is or how things are laid out, you can create with Content Templater templates for different types of articles that you would be repeatedly making on your site. So I'm going to start out with a very simple example here, and then we will get into you guys sharing on voice and also sharing in chat some of the things that you do, and then we will listen for those of you in Europe may hear Peter banging his head against the desk along the way. So we're going to click new and create a new template, and basically let's see, override content. If selected, the text in this editor will replace the text in the editor of the content item. I believe that is when you apply this template, if it's going to wipe it out to clear. Let's take a look here at, we've got it published. I'm going to put a title for this particular one. We'll just call it, everybody likes to do cat pages. Everyone likes to do examples with cats. I know Peter does that. And this page is the template for cat pages. And the category, I don't have a category yet. Animal pages. All right, and I believe what I'm doing here is just for setting up what happens on every single article. So here we'll say here is another cat page for you to enjoy. Now the simplest way of the simplest settings here, basically I would save this. And now I have that as a template ready for the next time I want to make a cat page. So let's go to content. I'm going to open up articles in a new tab. And I'm going to click new. And now at the bottom here we see we have a button called content template. I can click on that. And it says cat pages. I select cat pages, and right away, here is another cat page for you to enjoy. Now, I didn't have to type that in. Not a big deal. But if we go back to the content templater, and here's our list, cat pages. This page is template for cat pages, and it belongs in the category of animal pages. I'm going to go back in there. And we'll go to the content settings, and now we have even more things that we can set up for our template. So let's say all of our cat pages, we want it to have a cat page at the beginning, and the alias we'll leave that to auto generate. The category, well, I'm going to put it in the fish because I haven't created a cat category in Joomla. Tags, let's add it. You know, you can, if you have tags here, we will just assign it to the fish pages. Bad planning on my part. The status, you can just ignore. You can set it to publish or unpublished. Now, ignore just means it's just going to leave things as they are when you are creating that, especially I think with an existing article. But let's say we always want it to start out unpublished. The access, you can, if people are purchasing a membership to view the cat pages, this is where you would set the access to that. Things like that. Also here, then you get now publishing only available in Pro version. We'll look at the Pro version in a little while. Image options, again, Pro version options, configure, edit screen, other fields, all available in the Pro version. So, is it pronounced templater or templater? We could have a poll, I suppose, but I guess it's probably pronounced however you want to pronounce it, Peter, but then it'll get slaughtered around the world. I've been saying content templater. Templater. Yeah, templater is templater seems to be easier to say. Anyways, look over here, let's see, we got our articles detail, and there's your basic things. Now we can go save those changes. We'll go back and let's go cancel. We'll do a new article. We could probably just assign it to this one, but new article. We pop down to content template, cat pages. We assign it, and now we have, here's another cat page for you to enjoy. We have it assigned to the category fish. It has the fish pages tag, and it's unpublished. So basically what you can do is you set up a template for the articles that you commonly are making, and at the very base level, if you you go to create a new article, you assign a template to it, and now you can fill in all the different things that you want to, but you're well advanced in what you have set up for an article. So that's basically the premise of Content Templater. And so how are you guys using this? Vinny, you have an example
I actually do use it on a daily.
on a daily basis. I'm right now using it on a weekly basis because I'm not adding much to my own site, but I do have a fellow that sends me commentary that I add to the site every week, and I have it set up with some basic tags and a description and various things. Vinny's sound is very soft. He's a soft-spoken guy.
I am. I'm very soft-spoken.
We have to get him to speak right into the microphone. I can also turn down my mic a bit, and everybody can turn this up louder so Vinny is louder.
I just have to talk louder.
Okay. Yeah, because I have desktop audio up as far as it will go. So we'll work on him just talking louder. But if other people are soft, just mention that because I can turn my voice down, my mic down, and then everybody can just turn their volume up and we'll be more balanced. I can do it that way.
Well, part of it is I have to talk directly into my microphone. I can't talk off to the side.
Yeah. You need to get one of these. Well, you have good studio quality mics, though.
Yeah, I have a very expensive mic. It's unidirectional. It's not omnidirectional. So
yeah, this Blue Yeti here has actually a number of settings for different things, but I think right now I have it set just for out in front. But it catches pretty good. All right, so.
Do you want to see how I use it?
I do. Go ahead. We do. Go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
Let me see something. A message here. Skip frames detected. Detected skip frames to 6 minutes ago.
There was near like the beginning.
Yeah.
Where, it was skipping a little bit.
I did just turn my computer on just before as well. Oh, and look, we got the Dropbox down here. I could pause syncing here. It's trying to do stuff. All right. I need to bring up our Zoom call here so we can see what you've got happening there. And I think at this point too, I will I'll just drop my camera out here just so that we can see everything.
So as Tim has made aware more than once, I do a daily podcast where I do old time radio shows, and a typical page, this is today's page, has a description, has the cast list, and has some other information in there. So what I do, because that's all formatted, I use Content Templator, and that's how I say it.
You say templator?
I say templator.
Oh, nice.
Because I say template, so I say templator. Is that Peter?
That's Peter.
Yeah.
You're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's something you will never hear Peter say ever again to me.
Oh, my sound is
you're
gone.
right?
Sorry.
No, we can hear your sound.
I hear nothing anymore.
Oh, well, we hear you. You must have plugged in a headset or something like that.
So the way I use it is it actually has all my code that not only includes CSS code to format this layout.
Hello.
But hello, Peter. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we can hear you.
Okay. I just said Vinny is right.
Yes, we heard you. And
Oh,
I said,
my sound was gone for a bit.
What I said is that's the last time you'll ever hear him say that about me.
Yeah, exactly.
So the other thing I have in here is my fields, my article fields, and they're laid out as well. And I also use regular lab snippets in here too to change certain things that I can change throughout the entire scope of all my articles at once.
Right.
So like if I add contact information or I add another another location where you can download the show, it will go on all of them rather than just one. So that's how I use content.
Okay. Hey, what's on your screen there up top? It says regular expression. That's in your That's in your article?
On the top of my screen?
Yeah, in this, you've got up where your search, replace, and then you've got regular expression. You'll see. I know you're a little bit delayed on the video. I've got my mouse over it, but is that?
JCE. That's part of JCE.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I guess I've never turned that on or not. Well, that's for searching.
Yeah, I use Code Viewed a lot.
Okay.
So I don't always use the editor.
No, but even I've never noticed it in Code View, so maybe that's just something new I've not noticed. But
yeah, I don't use it as much as some people because I am not a regular expression expert like Peter Van Westen is.
yes. Yeah, I've actually got I have a question for a couple of weeks ago. I thought, I'm going to have to ask Peter how to do this. But and of course, people who want to learn about regular expressions too can check out the Watch Me Work live stream where Peter gave us an excellent introduction to regular expressions. So yeah, so you're using a lot of stuff in there, which is great because and then basically you are something that you do every day, or at least 5 days a week, setting up articles, and it just puts it so fast ahead for adding the content, and it's a great extension of that. I know that Chuck, I don't know if Chuck is here yet or not, or he'll be watching the replay, but he was the one that was just wanted to see the functionality of how Content Templater works. So Peter, on the let's see, I'm just a sec here. I gotta. Oh, that's the other thing. Zoom is recording here. It automatically records when I'm doing stuff. Okay, let me just minimize this here. So Peter, on this option here, let's go back here. Override settings. If I select yes to override settings, does that mean that, what does that mean? Below settings that are not empty will be set in the content item to force it.
Yeah, it should mean that if you, for instance, already set your category,
yeah,
then this will overrule it.
Okay, and then if not, then it just applies stuff that's
Not set yet.
Yeah, okay. And also, it's possible to set who the author is in the template. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because I have a site where that's not working, but that's my old site. Well, and this is in the basic Joomla site, so that's why we're seeing a lot more things here. How did I? Oh no, that's free Joomla. Publish. What did I get into here?
Haven't you seen this before?
No, I've seen this before. But I guess what I've not seen, publishing, maybe because it's the pro. So pro version is has the ability to assign the author, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Rook Chuck, hello. Rook Chuck, are you Chuck from the YouTube channel? I'm going to guess yes. Yeah, well, let's go into basic Joomla here, and then we'll look at the pro version.
Yeah, so
Yes,
everything
it's
in the publishing tab is pretty much everything you get in the article publishing tab as well.
Oh, and I still have debug on from yesterday. Let me just, I have to touch the UB key there to let me in this site. Log in. Let's go system and global configuration. Turn off that debug. Okay, that's great, Chuck. I'm glad that you did make it today. Settings, debug system. No, okay. Save and close. So let's take it. Chuck, right now we're looking at the pro version of Regular Labs content. I don't have it on this site yet, so let's install that again. We're in the Regular Labs extension manager, content templater. Yeah, that just sounds strange to me. All right, so I'm going to refresh this. What's the C? Oh, it's a, okay, component now. Okay. Regular labs content templater. Create a new one. We'll do this again. We're going to give this particular template a title. Let's see. YouTube videos. This is when I add a YouTube video to this. I might as well work on something that's actually working here. And we'll just leave the category as none, and we'll save that. All right, so under publishing, no, let's see, content. So content settings, there we go, so we have our options. So you can set up a template for your different content, and you can assign it to different things, the tags, as we've seen. In this case, it would be Joomla. What have I got? I got lots of tags here. Must be, let's filter here. Tutorials, Joomla tutorials. There we go. I'll just assign that tag to each one. Yes, so Peter, you can see my screen via Twitch, but not on Zoom. I think I could probably share it on Zoom. Let's give that a try. Let's see, here we go, full screen share. And where am I? I think that this is it here. There we go. So yeah, that should work on Zoom.
Yes.
Okay. So I was assigned this tag down here to this article always be to Joomla tutorials, and I won't give it a title, but I do want to assign it to the category of Joomla tutorials every time I make a new content for that. And that's just, while I'm working on it, set it so that it's unpublished. I don't do anything with access. Is it featured? Yes, I do want to feature new ones on the front page, so I will say yes. And then publishing. Who will the publisher be? Let's go in here and select the user. And find me, Tim Davis. I will be the creator of each of these. Click on that, and then I have other options for image options, or options like show the title, and basically setting up however I want each of these articles, which on the front page, what the articles that I'm talking about are these ones right here. If I go to Joomla tutorials, I'm behind adding them. So they'll just show up in this list here, but by assigning them to show up on the front page, they will show up like this as well, as I slowly catch up. But I am way behind on catching up on putting videos on there. Back to content templater here. So you have all of your options that you can set here. Configure your edit screen. Anything that you would do in your article, in an article over and over again, you can set up a template for. All right, so article details. So we can save this. And
by the way, the tags there,
yeah,
that looks messed up.
Does it?
Yeah, it's weird, especially the last two.
Well, this is yes. So this is this Joomla tutorials. I have this as a sub tag, so that's probably
I think
why
there's
it's
something
under
wrong with the.
with
that looks weird.
Yeah.
Not sure what the issue is there. Maybe something wrong with the parents and children setup in your tags.
Yeah, it could be.
Or it's something in my extension. That's.
Well, that's no, because it was showing up. Oh, let's go back to the free Joomla site here, and let's go to the content. And where did we select tags? Or do we select tags? Don't select tags on the free version. I could always open up another site where I use this on. Let's see. I'll open this. We were in here yesterday. This is my really big site with thousands of pages. Now you know my password. Oh, all those dots. Dot, 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 dot. So let's go to components, content, templater. Still have not got anything higher than PHP 7 on this server, but here's the one that I do every week for this fellow, God's Penman. And let's see how it looks with the tags down there. Tags. Let's go to content settings. Yeah, so tags are just showing there.
Yeah.
I don't have any sub ones set up there. This is the one though where you notice that when I go to publishing, I have this set by Reverend James L. Snyder. But when I go back to create a new article, we don't have to fix this here.
I think the issue is that the override settings option is not on.
Okay.
And if you create a new article, it's already set.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Great. Well, then let me just fix that right now. Things are a little bit slow here because now I'm live streaming and sharing screening, and I need a bigger pipe probably. I actually need a faster computer to keep up with all that. So that's I probably don't need to refresh this page to take advantage of the newest one, do I?
No.
So I go content templater, God's Penman, and I get these two tags that I have set up for him always. And if I go to publishing, yeah, no, still doesn't say created by.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what this is.
Okay.
It's probably setting it, but Joomla is loading this special layout for the user selection.
Okay.
So it's probably in the hidden field. It's set and it's not updated in here.
All right. Well, let me set this.
Fix that.
Well, let me set this to test. To go unpublish, because if I save it, it should just show up the next time, right? If it's hidden.
Maybe. I hope so.
All right. Well, let's see. All right, Chuck. You came in a little bit later. Are you keeping up with this? Are you on the same page? Is there anything I need to review again? Publishing. No, it said it to me. It said it to who I'm
I'll look
in.
into that.
Okay. No worries. Okay, great. Let me just delete that. Trash that. All right, so typically, Peter, there's something crazy and fancy that we're missing that your extension can do. Can you? There's no use for regular expressions in this, except other than how would you use otherwise? Never mind. Other than how you would use in a code in each page or something.
So sorry once again.
What's the thing that we're most likely missing that we can do with content templater that only you
yeah, well, I don't actually use it anymore on my site at the moment, but I did use it. I had a couple where I didn't even use the content part. I just used it to set settings.
Okay.
So, like category and stuff.
Yeah.
And didn't even use the content part.
Okay.
I also used it. The thing is, you can also load it while you're in an article, while you're editing an article. So it doesn't have to be the start of an article. It can also be like a snippet you want to just include somewhere.
Okay.
I used to have this little table view I wanted for stuff, so I just created the table in here, and then every time I clicked on the button, it would insert the table into my article.
Okay.
Where the cursor is at that moment.
Oh, okay. Is that where is that if you're using an existing article, does it matter where your cursor is when you apply the template to it?
No, it will insert it at the point of the cursor.
Okay. And so in that case, so you want override content set to no because you already have everything. You would just be adding one little thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What I also used it for is you might want to create your own little plugin type thing via re-replacer or something.
Okay.
And then you can use a template to insert your syntax.
Okay. And again, right at the point where your cursor would be?
Yeah. And you don't even, you can even have it as a separate button. If you use the Pro version, you have these icon settings where you can create a new button with its own icon. So you don't have to click on the content template, but that's under image options, I believe. No, under, where is it?
I know I was in there before.
No, it's one tab higher. Yeah, they're under publishing.
Oh, okay.
So there you can create the third option there is as a separate button.
Oh, and an editor button.
Yes.
Oh.
So if you select that, you can give it its own title and an own icon.
So let's see. So if I pick this.
Well, this is YouTube video, so you probably want a video icon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, which one? Oh, yeah, I'm in YouTube videos. All right, so let me squint down and find the video. There's the play button anyways. All right. And this,
There's a nice one above the last icon.
A nice one above.
The last
icon. That, okay, you want to use the camera? All right, I'll use the camera.
You have to use that one.
Okay, so... and this will put this particular content template in the editor.
Yeah, so if you just give it a title now, an editor button name, like YouTube video or whatever you want.
Peter's video camera. Just for fun. All right, and then we save that.
Now, if you go back to an article somewhere.
Okay, so just reading Chuck's comment there says, "Hey Phil, can you use this with extra fields or will it be?" I don't think it's. I think you mean to ask that of Peter. So
the
let me go to content here. Hold on, I got things blocking me up here. Get things popping down for Zoom here. Okay, so let's save and close that. And did I just make that change in? Got too many tabs open here.
I think you saved the wrong one and overwritten the...
No, this is, so let me close the free Joomla version here. All right. So here's, so we save this. Right. And okay, I was just in the wrong site there. Save and close now. And then I'm going to go to content articles, add new article. And then we should have a button somewhere that says Peter's video camera. Oh, nice. Now that's
so
pretty.
Now you can click that instead.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So that saves you even messing around going to the drop down. Now, is the option there for the other drop downs, or do you have to have a title for each one when you're using that?
Well, you only have one template here.
Oh, right.
So the main button doesn't appear if you don't have any other templates.
So you can end up with some of your favorite content templates right in a button at the bottom, and then you have the other ones that you can all drop down.
Exactly.
Does does Peter's video camera show up in the drop down when it's its own special button?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, you thought of everything.
Of course.
All right. So, can you use this with extra fields?
Currently, there is an option to create your own fields. I think you're referring to the custom fields. There is currently no real support for custom fields or ready-to-use support for it. But the extra fields option you have in the Pro version, you can misuse it for the custom fields, kind of. So it half works.
Okay, and it's a category icon within the video articles. Chuck is asking a question. No, don't. It's a category icon within the video articles? I'm not quite sure that I get you on that, Chuck, if you want to reword that. Oh, he said, great, this answers my question. That would be the first one.
So yeah, regarding the custom fields, you can probably show that in the template or template. If you go to the content settings, the last tab in there should be other fields.
Other field. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So there you can enter the ID or the names of any field with a set value, and for the custom fields, the name is a subname of another field group. I'll just have a look at what the syntax should be. That was kind of forgotten it.
Yeah, so and just getting back to Chuck, your question about the icon. I think the icon that you're talking about is this one that we just set up. Let's see, where are we here? Or am I even in there anymore? Oh, yes. This icon is just showing up doesn't show up on the front end. It's just showing up at the bottom here where you are of your editor. So that icon just applies to the button that's really basically like the shortcut to the shortcut to the template. Yeah, so that one's just in the admin, yes. Can I show the front end result? I sure can. Let's go, let's see, what have we got? Joomla tutorials. I'll just publish this here. New video here soon. I'll give that a title. I don't have, here's another, blah, 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 blah. Peter has a really good random content generator, lorem ipsum generator, different things. So I'll put that in there.
You have it installed there as well.
Oh, dummy content. That's right. I do have it. Look at this. Here it is. Dummy content. That's the kitchen sink. Let's do paragraphs. 5 paragraphs. Diacritical remarks. Don't even know what that is. And we'll just insert the content. There we go. We've got some sample stuff. And that just for fun, that's tossing an image. Any old image will do. Enter to win. There we go. Oh, that's going to be ugly. But let's make it at least more attractive. Let's set it to align to the left. And we'll put 10 on the right there. Update. Okay, and so if I save that, And then we will view the front. There we go. So we've got the tag that I added. I don't have anything here showing who the author is. But yeah, there is no icon that shows up with that. That's just a back-end thing. All right, so now let me just go and take this off my, unpublish it just for now. And all right, so Peter's put something in text here in chat. So for custom fields in the name, instead of doing my text, you can do com_fields my text. So let's go back there. Other fields. So the field name is com_fields. What?
So there you would put com_fields and then the curly bracket or the square bracket close, square bracket open, and then the name of the actual field.
So you put the close square bracket
and then open
in that same field there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There, and then in the field value.
No, you open it and put like whatever the field name is, like my text or
okay,
whatever your custom field name is.
Text. So Chuck asked, not the custom field ID.
No.
Okay.
The alias of the field.
The alias of the field. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the what do they call it in fields? Yeah, it's the name value of the field.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that the reason that you don't have brackets at the beginning and end is because this is inserting something where there already is a beginning and end bracket.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So this is kind of a hacky way to get it to work.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll add support for actual custom fields in the future, but
yeah, okay,
not at the moment.
And so nothing goes in field value then.
Yeah, there you put the value you want to push in. So if you want to fill in, I don't know, whatever you want to push into the my text field.
So just type whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to type.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark.
And then you have to have a custom field called my text, of course.
Okay, and to do that, we put that in content.
What do you want? What do you mean?
Is that where I put the field?
No, if you have custom fields assigned to your article.
Oh, okay, right.
So if that is a text field with the name my text, then it fills it in with the value you put in.
So we would go back here to the article.
But you don't have a custom field with that name yet.
No, I don't. Okay. It all comes back to drawing me back into custom fields.
Yeah.
It's slowly growing together in my brain there.
Andy is just created his 100th custom field for his site.
Oh, really? Wow. We should get Andy on here.
Yeah, maybe he's run away already.
Or get him to do it as a topic. Well, I can. Yeah, that's great, Chuck. Chuck says this helps him make more sense of this. So Chuck has exceeded me.
Yes, great.
If I want to create that field right there, I'm just going to go new. And what did we call that before? Text field, is that what it was?
What are you planning to do now?
Well, I'm going to take it where it says this is what I want to type. So my text. So here I am in fields.
Yeah.
Text. I'm going to.
Yeah, and then.
Just give it that name. Oh.
Yeah, and the value it's using is in the name value. So the second there.
So that and do I need square brackets there? No.
No. So that would be my minus text dash text. Yep.
All right, and description.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because Peter said so. Give you a capital there. Is it required? No.
No, you can leave the rest for what
All
it
right,
is.
so just go like that. All right, so now I go back to my little article there, which articles. All right, a new video here soon. So now I'll have the option of fields. Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to the fields, you should have that field there. Yep.
Okay.
And now if you go back to content and press the button, it should... well, if you leave it empty, then the button will fill it in for you.
Which button?
Under the editor.
Okay.
So your content
right. Okay.
templater button.
All right. So if I just hit now, do we have this overriding? We'll just see. And it's the Peter's video camera one. So let's click that.
Yeah, you put it there. So now it should be filled in under fields.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. All right. Now, and that means now for that field to show up here, I need to put it in the article, right?
Well, normally you would have that in your template override.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's do that because this is all helping. So this.
No, not in this one. In your template override on how you want to show your content. But you could put it in your in the article content as well if you want.
Okay, and so then I could put it in this here then.
Oh, you could do that as well.
And so is it square bracket my text? Is that how you put a field in? No, it's a squiggle bracket, right?
Yeah, it's the Joomla core version. I think you're not even, you need to put the ID of the field in there.
Okay.
Or just use articles anywhere.
Well, we'll try not to get sucked into the matrix today. All right, so if I want to insert that field there, what is the code for that?
Should I look it up for you?
No, well, it's not that you need to. Yeah, Chuck says the matrix is so fun. Yeah, the regular labs matrix, we can go way deep in that. It's not looking it up, it's actually understanding what I'm doing.
Curly bracket field, and then space, and then the ID number of the field, which is probably 1 in your case.
Field, space.
1.
1.
Yes.
Probably, although I may have created something else in here. Let's give it a wing. Oh, Chuck says 2. He's been paying attention. Yeah, I probably have another one in there somewhere. So, oops, the daisy. All right, 2. All right, so let's save that, and that means I can come back here and I can again assign that Peter's video, and this is going to put it wherever the cursor is, right? So let's just experiment with that. Peter's video camera. I click on there. There it is. Well, how about that? I'm getting all grown up. So that's an example of what you were saying, making them so that if you just want to put something in where the cursor is, you just set it up that that's the only thing that gets changed or added in the content.
Yep.
That's crazy. Vinny, are you watching this still? Is your mind blown? He may be totally unconscious for all we know. His mind is so blown.
No, my mind's off. So most of this I kind of knew already.
Oh, well, good.
Program for a little while.
And there's my field. This is what I want to type. See, and that's just so that you know, one of the things that I am hoping to do, let me just unpublish this, is that on my page where I have these tutorials, and I'll just go to a basic page. Here's the one on YubiKey. Because I have the video, I maybe have an ad, I have the text, I have a thumbnail, and I'm going to be doing that over and over again. So I thought, hey, I can set up a template, but I can also set up fields so that instead of typing all of this and formatting them, I can just go and paste this text into a text field, or paste. I can have a field for the video URL and put that in, and it will dump it in. And
Yes.
and then so when I go to do new article, instead of working inside doing all that, I'm just paste in the different fields, and it's taken care of. So
Correct.
yes, so that's what I'm picking up from all this. I know that's what Vinny does on his I Love Radio site.
I will have to let you know that I found difficulty when using links in in custom fields. What I have to do, the way I've worked around it, for some reason it always seems to add the paragraph or some sort of HTML tag, even when I switch it so it strips out all that. It doesn't seem to work for me. So the way I've gotten around it, instead of trying to really figure it out, is I use snippets. Put it in there, because regular Labs extension snippets actually get rid of the paragraph tags much better than it does. So that's how I've gotten around.
So, and the great thing is, because yesterday on the Maintenance Money live stream, we had Jamestown that was on there, and we were helping him out with a little bit of direction on the site, because he had some really complex combinations of things he's doing that he could try to do maybe a different way, in a simpler way. But as all this stuff grows together, you can have something super complex exactly the way that you want, with very minimal effort to set up every time, because you've got, like you said, you've got snippets, you've got articles anywhere, you've got all kinds of things that you can set up. You can have this template, you can click a button, and you are like right there, and you've entered things in fields. So you really have supersized the amount of time savings for.
But more importantly, how I feel it is more important is not so much it saves me time, but when I'm building a site for somebody else, and all they have to do is enter fields, or select down a drop down menu, or click a button, and content automatically goes in there, or it's automatic, and they don't have to do anything, and their site looks uniform, because that's the biggest problem when you hand a website to a client. Is all of a sudden, well, they don't know CSS, they don't know anything like that, so their pages become ununiformed, where it started, everything looked exactly alike. As soon as they take it over, it looks like, whatever they wanted.
A dog's breakfast, yeah. Well, and that's a good point, because even for some, the editor is more work than they want to do. To be able to just paste things in a field, like you said, that's a good point.
But I will say, this is the only thing that I think WordPress has over Joomla, is their editor is much easier for people to use, where it's just copy and paste and put stuff in. I find it so much easier than a lot of the Joomla editors when it comes to being someone who has no basis of knowledge of CSS and anything like that.
Is it because they have fewer buttons available?
I don't know. It just seems to work better, especially with the copy and pasting, and because I know a lot of people use WordPress. When they use WordPress, they copy it from like Word or something like that. It seems to work better than Joomla does.
Because I know in JCE Editor you can change it so that it strips out Word stuff, but still it's not always. I mean, you get those sneaky hidden characters, and you're trying to delete a line or bring a line up, and it won't go, and stuff like that. Nice. Well, certainly I am still on the learning curve towards actually everything really gelling for article fields and stuff like that. But even just all the like I said, all these live streams and us helping each other, it's definitely, I can feel that more brain cells have grown together today. Plus, to be fair, it is only noon here.
Vinny, Do you use the custom fields? Do you place them directly into your article, or do you have a separate template?
No, I actually place them directly into my article using content templater, because I honestly have not quite figured out how to do it the other way.
Okay.
There is a extension that makes it much easier, but I'm still trying to learn, and there really hasn't been, unless you know of a good tutorial on how to do it. I haven't found a whole lot of good tutorials on exactly how to do that, and Joomla documentation reads like stereo equipment sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know of a tutorial. If you're pretty comfortable editing the template files, so with the HTML with sometimes a bit of PHP in there, then the layouts for articles and such are not too hard to master as well. And then you can, especially for clients, then you can just say, okay, you put your video URL here and your image URL there. And you could even get rid of the editor completely and just have a few text area fields.
Yeah.
As fields, and then you can mesh that together into one page exactly how you want, and they have no chance of messing up the layout.
Do that. I really do have to learn, because I've been using Seblud to do the very same thing, and if I can do it all core,
yeah, you can do it all core now.
Yeah, because the repeatable field has been really awesome, because it's exactly what I've needed for one of my projects I'm working on. That Seblud's group X field and the just doesn't work as well as the core repeatable field does.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to learn how to format it.
Yeah.
With a template override.
Yeah.
Well, there's
tutorials on that, I would love to see them.
There's no good tutorials on that. If there are no good tutorials on that, it's because it's like asking me to lift a fridge into the back of your truck at this point.
Yeah, and that's the Chuck, just easy layouts. Easy layouts is an extension out there that actually allows you to do that in a graphical way.
Yeah, and I think we looked at that last week a little bit.
I'm a little old school, and I kind of want to learn how to do it without another extension.
Yeah.
But I might just break down and for the thing speed, just get that.
Alrighty. Well, Peter, do you like the orange?
I was actually looking for a tutorial.
Well,
what orange?
The orange background of my wall. You haven't seen it yet. I told you would like it.
I'm looking at the Zoom now, so I can't see your background. Let me switch back to basic Joomla.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, maybe you haven't noticed it, or
the Twitch machine got unplugged.
Uh-oh. Is that what it says?
Yeah, I'm refreshing. Oh, there you go. You're still there. Yeah, it's orange.
Well, thanks for not doubting me. All right. Well, you keep looking for those. Tutorials.
So we can't see the rest of your room now.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, if you want to see the rest, I can. I don't mind giving you a little. I am going to do a little bit more of a tour, but for those of you that remember, there we go. It used to be pretty much like this. Got the little bright light, and so this wall here and this door were behind my green screen. So my wife's desk was always here. But then the green screen was here. So the bookcase and the trophies and this bookcase over here and this doorway were always behind the green screen. No, those are not trophies for Joomla. Those mostly are trophies for demo racing at the local speedway. I raced in a couple of different classes. One of them was demo trucks, and which was hit the pass, which meant that you couldn't pass the guy in front of you unless you hit him or spun him out, and same with the guy or gal behind you. they couldn't pass you unless they bumped you or spun you out or whatever. So that's yes.
Oh, and Tim, you have to tell everybody what your nickname was.
My nickname was the Pastor of Disaster because I was. Well, because I am a pastor. I'm not pastoring any local churches now, but doing that in a different context. So, oh, there we go. docs.joomla.org.
There is some in there that pretty much covers it.
Look at
how
that.
you
Chuck,
place it.
Nightbot just timed you out for 5 seconds. Stop spamming symbols. Don't take it personally. Nightbot is something handy, but it has its mind of its own. It's just root. You're starting to bug me. Stop spamming symbols. Warning. Yeah, Nightbot isn't exactly polite. All right, let's check this out here.
Symbols. He just put LMAO, oh no, and a lot of periods. It's not a big deal.
No, I wasn't worried about it either. I just don't want Chuck to be devastated that Nightbot was mean to him. All right, let's check this out. docs.joomla.org. Let's bring that over here. Adding custom fields overrides. The real power of custom fields is that you can use it in your own overrides. Here's an example of how you do that. Getting custom fields in. I'm going to read this because, just standing here looking gets really boring when people just pop on. Basically, you have all the custom fields corresponding to the current item accessible via new property in your item variable called JC Fields. Plug in your speakers to the back of the item JC Fields properties an array that holds the following data per field.
Yeah, you can skip that whole
okay.
array thing.
Hey, Hio, good to see you, man. Render. So what are we looking at here? We're skipping that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Twitch, which has a delay, so I'm not sure what you're pointing at now.
I opened up that docs.joomla.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, I'm following on Twitch, but it has a 10-second delay on the sound.
I'm still sharing. Am I still sharing on Zoom, though?
Yeah, but not this screen.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's tragic.
So I'm reading a little further down about loading individual fields, and it's set up very similar to kind of what Seblood is set up to do when they, using the echo to do a specific code. So it's not too complicated.
There, Peter. I'm sharing my screen on Zoom so you can watch.
Yeah,
it'll fit with when we're talking. So what was that, Vinny? Sorry, I spoke over you there.
I was saying I was reading further down to the bottom, and where they're calling individual fields, and it's kind of set up very similar to how Seblood is set up when calling fields.
Yeah, that's the last two code examples, or the last one is probably what you need, or the normal value in the label.
So where do we put these overrides? Is it right in the
template? So if in your template you have an HTML folder.
Okay.
Sorry, in your template.
No, you can say you can say template. I don't care. We're an international crowd here.
And there you can look at the core protostar template.
Yeah, I was just gonna go there. So this is unpublished. Let's save and close.
That has a few overrides. So
we'll go to extensions and templates, and then we'll go to Protostar. Oh, that's Protostar copy. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, I'll just keep it simple. I don't think I'm in the right place, anyways. Templates, Protostar details and files. And so I'm over here, and so you say this HTML folder.
Yep.
Layouts.
And then for instance, it has for ComMedia, it has a few template overrides for the image list in this case.
Default.
And there are the file names of the files you override.
Okay, so if I go just to default folder, And it's the
So-
echo here we're looking for.
Yeah, so if in the case you want to override the core articles layout, you would, instead of com media, you would have a folder com content, and then under that a folder article,
Okay.
and then under that would be, I guess, default. Let me see. Content, article, and then default. Yes.
Okay, so
And then you could normally you would copy the core view, and then you can override it here. And you can also create layouts and use parts of override parts of the screen as well, or part of the HTML output.
okay, so I wouldn't. So I would create another file. Would say default underscore folder underscore copy.
Well, in the next tab, you create overrides to there.
What do you mean? What next tab?
Yeah, it says editor, create overrides, and template description. Up at the very top, right underneath your, not that far up.
Oh, create over. Oh, okay. Oh,
Didn't know about this. I never used this view.
hey, Vinny. Cheers to Vinny with the regular labs drink here.
So there you would choose com content from the components,
All right, com content. All right.
probably, or one of the layouts. I'm not sure what you would do in this scenario.
All right.
Yeah. Where I'm lost, I don't know if it's a layout or it's a where exactly to do it.
Okay.
Depends on how much you want to override, but yeah, you could choose the article.
Okay, let's choose article.
See, and now if you go back to the editor, it should have created a com content folder in your HTML
Oh, yeah. Article.
with article and default.
Nice.
And now you can mess around with that how you want.
So now I can, but I can create another. You can have multiple different ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the naming convention is of that, because you can even choose different overrides for an article.
Oh, so this is where if I really never ever want the updated publishing date,
Yeah,
I
you can
just take it out. Oh my goodness. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and it's so much about Joomla that a lot of people who are just building the site willy nilly, but this is huge.
Yeah, no, this is crazy.
Overwrite stuff and not worrying about updates.
Yeah, because this is not touched by an update.
All right. That so if I go back to create overrides and then we go to com content and we do article again.
I think that won't work because it's already there. So it makes a backup of your old files.
Okay, so you need to name it somehow.
So
we've got
and I think those are layouts, the ones you can choose in the menu options. Those are not the master overrides,
okay.
but there'll be layouts.
And you pick those.
But you can try under create overrides.
Okay, create overrides.
And then on the right you have the layouts, which also has a com content.
Oh, okay. Layouts.
That's for the fields, so that's no use.
There's Joomla and content.
So these are pretty much little snippets inside each component. They can use snippets called layouts. So the pagination stuff is usually called via a layout. And if you change it there, then it changes on all your pages.
Oh, okay.
And the sidebar and whatever.
Wow. All right, so.
But you really need to dig into what you need to change to get what result.
Yeah, well, pagination, we go into there.
So now if you go back to the editor, stupid that it doesn't stay on the editor tab.
So we got layouts, we have pagination down here. We click on that. And then this is a file to add template-specific Chrome to pagination rendering. List.
So that's all comments.
Okay.
And there is the HTML output for the footer of the pagination.
Okay. And so this would change pagination globally.
Yes.
All right. Which a custom template will do as well, but if you begin to start to do more things yourself on a template, then all right. Okay, mind blown again.
And you could, but that requires a little bit more of PHP knowledge. You could, in your content template override, even include other files. So if you could, for instance, check the value of a custom field, and if it's this value, then load your own little layout, and if it's another value, load another layout. So then you can use custom fields to control how pages are laid out. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a low cloud ceiling around my place often, so.
One of the reasons why I feel that Joomla is one of the best CMSs out there.
Yeah. So if I want, this default, what do I do in order to make a new one?
What do you mean by new one?
Well, so for instance, because you can create a layout, like if I was going to make a layout for cat pages, which would be overkill, right? But like for instance, if there was blogs, I mean, I guess, but why would you want something other than a default template for your articles?
Yeah, you can just create a new one with a different name.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering how to do that.
So just call it cats.
You can rename them.
Yeah, so rename the one.
Right up here.
The backup file.
Yeah, all right. That's what I was wondering. So you would, because the reason I want to rename that, so we'll just call it cats. All right, so that means then I can go into.
You have to rename your links too. You have two of them, two files you have to rename. You got a default and a default link. So see the other one?
Okay. Oh, this one here.
Yeah, rename that one to cat links.
Okay. Cat _ links, or does it matter?
Yeah, kind of like how it's set up there, except without the.
Okay, so cat _ links.
Cats _ links.
Oh, thank you for catching that. Normally, that would be an afternoon in my life. Okay, so we rename that. So now so what I'm wondering is, where do I assign that? Do I do it in an article?
Well, you can from menu items, I know. I'm not sure how you can do that in the content item.
Okay, so we go to main menu, add a new menu item, and so I'm going to create a link to that.
I think options in an article under.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yep.
Okay, so go back here.
It's the first one under options.
Content.
In the article itself.
Yeah. So a new video here. Go to options, layout.
Yep. And there it is.
Wow.
Cats.
And so then that means to go full circle.
You want to set it up in the template.
Yeah, content, regular labs content. Templater? Contemplate. There you go. You should call it Contemplator. Just rebrand it.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, why not? So here we are. content settings, article details.
Options.
Oh, sorry. Okay, options.
And it's not there yet. Ha!
Aha!
It hasn't been there in too long, so.
All right, but so that's where we could set it.
Go all the way down.
Is it there yet? Oh, it is.
Bottom.
Didn't even know.
Layout.
Second to last.
Yeah, there you go. And so then basically that would be using the custom layout that you had just, the override that you had made for that template in the HTML folder, blah, 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 where we were. And that would be available for everything. Wow.
I'll rearrange those options
That
in
was
the next version
that
to
was
match the core.
That was worth the price of admission. Okay.
So now you can play around with that layout or the template override.
Yeah.
And add your custom fields and strip out the custom fields at the top of the page. And
now the only remaining challenge, besides learning it better or more firmly in my mind, is finding rich clients who want to actually pay me for the time for doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah, Mary says, nice, thank you. Hello, Mary. Yeah, that's all right. Well, maybe we'll
it's an underused feature for most people.
Yeah. One reason being the programming or the coding, right? Because you have to.
But it really isn't that. You don't need a lot of PHP unless you're really, really messing with things. But just to get things, just enough so you have the layout. Like suggested, is just using the custom fields and just having them enter the information, and then the layout is already put out there for you, so your client doesn't have to do as much. Is really not as complicated as one might think.
Yeah.
Once we get past how to figure out how to put the fields in and whatnot, but overall, it's not as complicated as one might think. So having a little PHP echo and calling an item a field, or string a text, or doing some divs and whatnot, and having that all in there is adding PHP to a lot of things is not very difficult to do.
Yeah. Mary says she's done some, but she's always learning new things. And Chuck says, and if you screw up, you can delete your overrides.
Yeah, because you're not messing with the core. I mean, you're not editing anything that's not out that are
And for experimenting, you can create an article, assign it the override to it, but you can create that article with super user or with special access so that it can only be seen on the site when you're logged in and have that specific URL, and then you can just keep refreshing and trying and doing stuff. So
or you can do it like on a WAMP server and something like that, and fool around with it that way, and then just paste the results.
Or you could have your own Joomla install, a basic one on your for experimenting somewhere on your site in a subdirectory. But the WAMP.
Installing Joomla into subdirectories when you already have a Joomla install on there will set my Joomla off.
Oh, if you have it in the subdirectory, if you have it nested.
Yeah.
But that not if you put it in a subdomain, I mean.
Right.
Yeah. Excellent. My goodness. So
we learned a lot more today than you had anticipated.
No, I knew I was going to learn stuff today because I like this as a genre, the collab, because for us to just get on and talk about, hey, this is how we do something, or show us how you use this or what it is. As I was working on the thumbnail for the video last night, I thought, oh, this could actually be really great, just us piling on and doing stuff. So yeah, we're all going to well, I don't know if we're going to pull anybody down from their level. Have we pulled you down, Peter? I think we pull everybody up from the up towards the growing in their knowledge and experience of things. So yeah, so I did expect I was going to learn something. I had no idea that it was going to go like this. So that is great. Well, I can't think of anything else that we should even dare to add to that. Anybody?
I was adding stuff, but I was muted, so I.
Oh, you were speaking.
I thought you're just talking over me. That's rude, but.
No, I wonder.
No, I wanted to say it was mentioned in the chat that the template overrides have been in core for quite a long time, and that's true. And but it's not until recent that they've really embraced all the parts, and also with the layouts, and now with the custom fields in Joomla.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much a full-blown construction content construction kit.
Well, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really see. I've never really bought into the construction kit extensions like K2.
Mm-hmm.
Never used it, needed it, but now it's pretty much everything is covered in core.
Yeah.
It's just a usability thing. That it's not plug and play, and it's not drag and drop like some of the others, like Page Builder.
Well, and I'll tell you something and it was only just recently. Who was it? It was last week. It was, I don't know if it was Maintenance Monday or Watch Me Work live stream, but we were looking at how to customize CSS, and I mentioned about doing it in Rocket Theme, and then I think, was it John Moholt that mentioned that you could put it, you could access those files instead of going into Control Panel in your file manager. You could access it through the template folders here.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, I have stumbled into this area a couple of times in the past, in the sense that I've here, I'll just show you. Let me just close out here. I have gone to extensions and I've gone to templates, and instead of clicking there to just see the templates, I've accidentally gone over, just so I wasn't paying attention, and gotten into I just messed that up there. Templates, and then gone here and gone into templates, and I've thought, oh no, this is not the page I'm looking for, and I've just ignored it. And I have the odd time gone in there and seen that, oh, I can manage files here, but it always seemed clunky to me. I thought I'll just do it right on the server, because I know exactly where I'm looking. But then, so I've never ever looked at other stuff, like I never even saw the create overrides tab.
I never saw that.
Yeah. So this is just somewhere that I've just stayed out of, because I'd much rather work in. I just thought, oh, it just doesn't look like a file manager that I'm used to using with the web hosting account or other things. So I just kind of thought, oh, that's just a useless area, or that's just something old. But now, so not only from seeing that last week, but now into this, it's like, oh my goodness, this is like a vastly underused area. And really, I don't need to go into my web hosting account hardly at all now to manage files and install, because I can just bomb around in there. It might still be, for uploading and downloading stuff, but it's, yeah. So just to see, when I click on this create overrides here, and to get into an area is that easy, then it's like, oh, okay, that's because it's nice to have things easy and handy right there that are working. So,
well, the other thing is this is how I edit my custom CSS field for Gantry, because it opens up that area right away. It's designed. You're editing the template, so all the files are right there.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go through the template folder, then find the folder of the template I want to edit, and then I'm already there.
Yeah. And that's why also I would never think on just a very basic site to just go and create some very custom looks using Protostar, because it's like, oh, why reinvent the wheel? Let's just grab a template and slam it in there. Whereas here you could say, oh, this is just basically what I want, but I want a few things out, and because editing templates seems onerous. I mean, that's the whole reason that drew me to Joomla, and when it was Mambo, was that I could just install a template and not fiddle around with design. I could get putting the content on. But this just brings design down to a whole new level for a broader range of people.
Yeah, and the HTML overrides, the template overrides, that's mostly layout and not design. So the whole so try to keep them separate as well.
Okay.
As much as possible.
Yeah. You mean the terms?
Yeah, but also that you don't put CSS into your HTML overrides.
Okay.
But leave that to the CSS part.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Chuck says maybe a session on template overrides, and let us make some different things to change for different situations. Yeah, that would definitely be something great to have someone who knew what they're doing to do a few examples.
Yep.
Crickets. We'll get there. Hey, and yesterday on Maintenance Monday, Phil Taylor was on and said that he wants to come on and do an example of getting viruses off of Joomla sites. So that's just another note there too about it not being obvious, because I think.
Yeah, I just don't get them on there to start off with. I don't see the use of putting a virus on your website.
Yes, well, that's true. But let me just tell you a little story, and I don't know how many of you are doing this, but there are some people out there that continually get their computers reinfected and don't know how to clean them, and it's I mean, they need to be cleaned, so. So it's like, oh yeah, sure, bring it over. I'll clean it up for you. Or I actually doing it remotely now for some people, and as long as we're not gouging, but yeah, so stuff gets hacked. And I think for Phil, I think with all the users that he has, I think he notices that sometimes infected sites are not cleaned up as fast as you would think, and it's probably again something like this where it's just there's not example, or people don't really know quite how to go about it, or whatever. And so to be able to just have someone who knows what they're doing show, and here's some few tips. The light bulbs come on, the brain cells grow together, and it's like, oh, I think I could do that. And Chuck says he checks that security. Yeah, that's another one that does. I think that does that do an external scan on Joomla sites. I read in a forum the other day, someone said, download your site and then run your antivirus on your computer on it. And I thought, well, that's probably not the most efficient, but yeah. Well, this has been great.
Yeah, and you have people that don't even update their PHP version and stay stuck on 7.0.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why it's that way. Where is that showing up?
It isn't. It was just in my head.
No, but it's not basic Joomla. I've got we were in CyberSalt, I think. Yeah. So basically here, yes. So this particular server is running WHM, which is cPanel's web hosting manager for multiple accounts and reselling, is running Easy Apache 3, and that is not going to be supported towards the end of the year, and I need to upgrade Easy Apache from 3 to 4, and that will allow me to add the higher versions of PHP. But when I do, it says there's a couple of weird things, and I have to create a help ticket with cPanel to get them to tell me what I can do to fix this problem, and then I can update and then I can add the other PHPs. The other thing though is I know that there have been people who have upgraded from Easy Apache 3 to 4, and the server really slowed down. And I'm slowly moving everyone over to my new server. And I mean, I don't actually have space on my new server for this site until I change some backup things. Anyways, long story short, I'm aware of it. Don't do as I do as I say.
Exactly.
And I have a little sneaky problem on this site too. I've had 3 Viagra false accounts created, and I've got it buttoned up really good. I think so. Someone has found that, and they don't happen regularly, but just every now and then. I don't know if what someone has figured out, but I've not yet put hidden. I have not yet put invisible reCAPTCHA on this site either. Now that it's 3.9, so. But yeah, periodic. I got a couple that sneak through, and it's like, man, I'm sure I locked up everything.
I've got an original question for you.
Okay.
What is the plugin you are using to show character counts in articles?
Oh, that is something in SH404 SEF.
Okay.
So if I go a new article. And go to publishing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is a SH404 SEF thing. Cancel. Then this is going to take a little while to load the first time. Wonder if I have it in basic Joomla. I use it on everything. I really like it. And the reason that I like it is because of this. Let's go SH404 SEF. We'll just open up the main control panel. And I'm not even sure where that setting is in, but let's check.
Title and metas.
Let's do new video publishing. Yeah, so yeah. So if we go into here, titles, let's see, titles and metas, you can actually set the page title and the description tag for each custom URL that you have, for each URL in your site. So for instance, here's clean up your Joomla control panel of unwanted modules. So I can I can just type the page, I can give it a specific page title. And I obviously I don't have this filled in because I've not been using it for that. But where I would show recommended character count, stay green.
Probably in the configuration.
Yes.
In the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just gets pretty crazy in here. Let's see. I got SEO. Activate SEO management. I think it says yes. Generate description. Remove other canonicals. Remove Joomla generator, structured data, insert Google site name. But see, there's so many things I don't have set up here. Social profiles, page title, no, mobile, social. Yeah, it's just Google Analytics, Twitter cards, URL blocking, no. If we go and you get back to general, then you end up into no, that's not it. Get into advanced. Data recording I have off because it really bloats the database. No. Yeah, I'm not sure where, even if those numbers can be changed. But let me show you what I really like about SH404 SEF. And it's this 404 requests. And so basically, look, I can look in the last hour. I've had no 404 requests. Okay, how about in the last day? And so I've had these. So I can hit sort by the hits column. The highest one is ads.text, which is probably I'd probably Google to see. See you, Vinny. Thanks for all that help and participation. Vinny's got to run and get some Pokemon. So, for instance, there's been 38 hits to giveaways /F. Now, I don't know why there's 38, but I can do this. This is what I really like. I go redirect to an SEF URL, and then I can select. I just basically create a redirect already for it. So I want to send it just to giveaways. So I click that, I select redirect, and it's off. And this is a nice tool because I can show clients, especially if they come to me and they have a static HTML site, or else they want me to rebuild a site, or and they have an existing site, all their old URLs keep showing up, and SH404 SEF keeps a record of them. So I can show them, sort by the highest hits, and then you're going to go away. Then you're going to go in and you'll find you can create redirects, and you'll gain that old traffic. So here's 2 uncategorized, link to a PDF file. Now here it's guessing it didn't find it properly, so I'll show all of the URLs. I'll search for PDF. That's not in there, so that's one I would have to track down and see what I should link it to. And then here, dogs 6 dog test. That's, I probably shouldn't experiment on live sites. So anyway, so that one I really like. That extension. What did you click? The extensions Joomla PWT SEO.
Yeah, that's not for URLs so much, but it is useful for checking your descriptions and meta tags and titles.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I was using RS SEO, and I'll tell you, and the reason, and again, this speaks to the whole issue of using stuff that's not core, because as we saw in SH404 SEF, I could go and put title and descriptions in all of them, but unless they're actually changing it in the article itself, if you stop using that extension, or that extension developer gets hit by a bus and it disappears, then all that work you've put into your SEO is gone. If there was, and so I know RS SEO, when I was using it, I asked them, and they said no, they were creating their own tables. And what I really wish was that there was a tool where you could put it in, it displayed not only what was in your existing articles for your SEO, but that you could edit it right in the article thing itself. Then I would buy that and use it, but I'm not.
But you can already enter the meta tags and stuff in the article, right?
Yeah, no, you can. But what I'm saying is to have a tool where it looks and rates and says, oh, here's.
Well, that's in front of you.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
But does it change it does it create a separate table, or is it actually working off of the articles?
I believe, in what I understood of how it works, it just checks what you've written in the different fields, in the meta fields and in the content field, in the title, and it shows you a real-time ranking based on that.
Okay. Can you use this to edit?
I don't know.
All right, let's see.
I've actually never used it, but I've seen a few demos of it.
Vinny said, not Vinny, Hyle says he recently tried OS Meta. He said, enough for me. All right, so let's see. Read more about PWT SEO. No, it's one of these. Hey, these guys need someone to narrate their videos. Follow the circling mouse. Actually, I had a template company ask me if I would do some reviews, and then I could have a link for selling them. And I said, well, I want to see how you do things in the back end of your site. So they sent me the videos that were silent with the bouncing mouse, and it's like, I couldn't watch it. I have such a hard time following them. It's like I have to slow right down. So let's see what we got here.
I think you should just play around in the demo.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Not now. So the SEO score is right there as you type. That's nice. Well, that's pretty cool if it's going to... These are the most common words on your page. Oh, that looks really good. SEO. So let's see. If I go into here and it's showing this, I can look at my sites by their rank, or look at the pages by the rank. So 47 is the lowest. So I think, okay, let's go into my fantastic article.
It even has custom URLs as well.
And this is the actual article itself. Nice. See, and that's what I'm talking about, because now you can go in and go to publishing, and you can change your meta description. Oh, and it's got a count there as well. 21. Oh, and they only suggest 50 for the title. Huh. 325 for meta description. Da, 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 da. All right. Well, that's a cool tool. Yeah, that's exactly. And then custom URLs. Keyword, great. URL, category, blog view. Oh, is this right page title? No. Title. So this is to create a custom URL. But why would you...
I have no idea what this does.
Yeah, why would you create... If you create one URL... Interesting. So...
Not sure what this does.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it just to check
Yeah.
how your front-end URLs?
And then category, blog view. All right, so here's a menu. But it actually opens up the menu, so it's scoring the menus as well. Oh, that's okay. So yeah, I like that. And that was, oh, it's hiding. All right, so click on that. I'll leave that on my other screen here to see what's happening with that. What's the price of that?
That is.
Subscribe to download, release July 28th.
Pricing. It's
personal.
Business one is 80 euros a year.
Yeah. Support for up to 3 sites. So 49 euros. Get you one that you can use if you're not worried about getting support on all the other sites. Nice. Then Hio, I should have read the chat there. Chuck typed the price in. And then Hio's at OS Meta, which is a free download. Hio, does that 3x characters are too long? I think Google changed that again recently. Oh, you think 150 to 160? Yeah, I think Hio, the 150 to 160, because because if you search in Google, let's search for CyberSalt. Let's search here. No, CyberSalt. There we go. My business, cybersalt.org. So this this is picking up. Yeah, I think what Google is recommending is something that fits in this first line here. Now this actually is not. This actually is not showing a meta description. It's showing the description of one of the articles on my site. But I think that's what your aim is. I've been loading the best part of my descriptions at the front so that it at least shows the key things, and then I don't mind the ... read more there. This is interesting here too. Your browser does not currently recognize any of the video formats available. That's for my site. That's not really good, is it? I mean, it shows up fine, but who knows? I'd have to look into that.
That's from the HTML around your video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So in your
alternative
HTML view, you have some text in the no script or whatever it is.
And the reason it's picking that up is I probably don't have proper description in there. And why is that? Because I keep working on everyone else's cars. That's why mine's so crappy. All right, and this is what Haya was talking about. Let's go to the demo for that. OS Meta. Uh-oh.
Huh, that's a good...
Womp womp. Oh, okay. Yeah, Haya counted. That's 150 characters. All right. I think the reason that I like a description, why I've been using longer, is because it's still searchable content. Not even necessarily, maybe Google ignores after 150, but it's still content that's there. Maybe some other search engines would look for it, but John, hey John, how you doing? Nice having you lurking here today, guy. The problems with tools and built-in scores is, as mentioned, Google and other changes, and they are often not public on their algorithm. The tools, therefore, always delayed. Often, I think, better to test the sites with Google's own tools. Yeah. Yeah, but even though for managing, and looking, like, oh, for instance, I could run that program on my cybersalt.com site, and it would say, you have no descriptions here, this title's too short. Then I can at least know, and you're right, if we do test on using Google's tools and know the latest things, we can just adapt that along the way when we're using that other tool.
And I think that PWT SEO extension does a live check from Google to get the score.
Oh, okay.
So it's using an API from Google.
Oh. Demo extension, Joomla Jack, OS Meta. We should let those kind people know about that. I'll email them. I got their support address, so. Andy is back.
Oh no.
Peter, what happened? Did you break his site? No, but we were talking about you, Andy. Peter was saying that you have created your 100th field, custom field. So I suggested that at some point we should have you on to do a bit of a tutorial or show us how you're using fields and what you're doing. So that's okay. And all right. So hi-oh. Andy says that'd be cool. Why not? Well, Peter, do you know why not?
I think you can free up a few hours this from my time.
Yeah. Also, you're all for that, right?
Yeah.
Hi-oh, I clicked on that link and this is what I'm getting. So
That's a cool name.
Image banana?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Canada, we pronounce it image. Click on the picture full screen. I can only think that that's somewhere for me to click on here.
You say banana and I say banana.
Yeah. Let's call the whole thing off. Left.
Oh, click on the picture.
Oh, this picture. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't read Dutch.
It's German.
I know it is. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing.
Okay.
Well, that was too easy. Sorry, I didn't realize that would be that much of a trigger. I'll try never ever to do anything like that again.
Just not giving the Germans the proudness they deserve.
All right, this is the default title. It'll appear in the search engine. Okay. This title is shown in search engine results. Okay, and that's where you put it in. And this is for and the description. And these. Oh, and this is the title of the item. So, Hio, what I'm wondering is that if you edit this, does it change in the actual article, or does OS Meta keep its own record? By the way, Google pays no attention to tags.
No, not to meta tags. No.
Yeah. And also in YouTube, Google pays no attention to tags. So when you upload a video and you're putting in tags in, they suggest not doing very much there. In fact, they said just to help them learn the content, if there's a misspelling of your content or what you're talking about, put that in the tags just to help them. So for instance, if you put in, so on my Joomla channel, if I put in Joomla as a tag, Google doesn't really care because they already know what it's about. It's in the title and this everything. But if I type Jomla as a tag and someone mistypes Joomla looking for something, that helps them to learn. But YouTube itself said they hardly pay any attention to tags. And on the and a lot of the YouTube coaching places, they say, "Oh, spend a lot of times on your tags." And YouTube, out of the horse's mouth, said, "No."
But pretty much what this does, I think, is it creates the correct meta tags and the other data tags for Google using these titles and descriptions.
Yeah.
But you can't save that to the article because there are no fields for that.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I was wondering. So, and then...
But what you could do is just create 2 custom fields for this. And just edit your templates index to pick up those fields.
In this extension.
Yeah, just not have an extension.
Oh, I see.
Do it custom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you could do that. I'm just saying that if OS Meta works so that you are you type things in there, then if you ever stop using OS Meta, all your stuff is gone. But Hio is saying that it generates it.
Yeah, but it doesn't save it to the articles field.
So it could be a good tool for copying. And so obviously here you must be able to open up the article. And then you could paste those in. Or you can see what the title is. Okay.
Because there is a meta description field in the article, but not one for a title.
Yeah. So Hio says you can click and generate description and title, then edit it, and you see the characters. Then I can edit it and I see the characters. Hio, do you edit it in here? Or do you edit it in your articles? Oh, you said yes. You edit it in there. And if you edit it in here, does it, and then go to the article manager. Okay, so you edit in here, not in articles. The edit that you make here, does it change the for instance, the meta description in the article itself if you go to the article and look? Something to check into. Okay, yeah, you don't know that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's something to look into. On a small page, I mean, on a small page you wouldn't want to have to duplicate things all over again if you stopped using an extension. But for instance, on my CyberSalt page that has like 16,000 pages on it. Oh, and you refer only to the menu descriptions. Okay. Yeah, on my CyberSalt site that has the 16,000 pages, I really don't want to get 500 pages into fixing that up if I do a few a day and then think, oh, that extension doesn't work anymore, or it's not or whatever, or they sold it and it's been discontinued, and then I have to try to move everything over. Again, just keeping everything with the core. So,
You could potentially just do a database dump and change stuff around and import it again.
Yeah, no, and that's, but
it's work.
Yeah, it's work. It's work away from learning custom fields.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, look at that. We're just reached the 2-hour part. It's 1 o'clock here, and I haven't had breakfast yet. I had 2 pieces of cheese before going to the dentist. So we've covered a ton of stuff here, and I want to thank everybody who's contributed. Hey, everybody. Thanks for your support of this channel. And thanks for... Hey, let me find a nice screen here. Say goodbye. There we go. I think that's it. Thanks for your support of this channel. And thanks, this is just great. I'm just really enjoying what I'm learning, and I'm really enjoying that you guys... and gals are also appreciating it and learning it too. So that's cool. So let me get my button all ready here. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good week and enjoy your Joomla sites, and take care, and God bless.